Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of TFG Radio. Tonight we have myself, Adam, and then Danny,
Hey.
and tonight we have John with us.
Hey guys.
He lives.
Special special rare appearance.
Every now and then I live, yes.
That would be Tom, if that would we were really being honest.
Tom is like, I think Tom is at that death saving throw point of the RPG, and he keeps on failing to roll to come back to us.
Nice.
Um, John's been busy with school, I think, right? You done with school yet?
With my master's, I have 2 classes over the summer that I'm done.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm done by end of July.
All right. So John's still spotty to the end of July, hopefully. Fingers crossed. So this week we are talking about BAO, which I was just at. Danny and I actually played in a doubles tournament, and we'll talk about what we've learned from the various battle reports we got from GW. We'll probably just talk about what stuck out to each of us the most. Maybe not go to into every detail. There's plenty of places that do that already. So we'll just go over what basically what stuck out to us. Like I said, we'll start from worst to best. So Danny and I did play in a doubles. It was a doubles single elimination tournament or league, whatever you want to call it. Danny brought Tyranids, I brought Chaos Space Marines with 2 defilers. Well, we only had to play one game.
Yep.
I will admit that I did my end of the bargain.
Uh-huh.
I did maybe forget one thing, which
Yeah,
probably
just one
cost me,
small thing.
one crucial thing. I forgot to play a stratagem. I could have, but I don't know if it would have helped. I think it would have just delayed the inevitable. Played against Necrons and Dark Drukhari. And it was a fun game for us anyway, and I think for our opponents for the most part.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, they better have had fun. They won.
You're right.
You're not
Maybe.
allowed to say you had no fun if you won the game.
Well, I mean, there's been games where you won, but it was not a fun game. I've had games like that. I know you have, John.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's never happened to me in my life.
I know there's been at least one draw where you did not have fun.
Yeah.
And it's been 10 years now
Uh-huh.
since that infamous game.
There was also the one where I did actually win, and the guy was like, wanted to rewind.
Oh,
We removed all the models from the table, guy.
yeah.
So yeah, that win did leave a sour taste in my mouth. But in general, if you won, you should just be happy.
In general, it's usually fine. It was fine. It was no big deal. The 2 defilers did do work. Even my predator did work.
Yeah. Predator was good.
And then I think we diced out because I didn't get a chance to because I really wanted to. We
What
diced
was the
out.
loadout of the Predator? Las cannon and las cannons, or
No, the optimal loadout is autocannon, then the 2 last cannons,
got it?
and the Havoc missile launcher and combi bolter.
Cool.
So, and then the defilers were autocannon, double autocannons, nipple guns, and the ectoplasma gun. Yeah. So, and then at the end, I didn't get a chance to do it, but we kind of diced out how much damage a defiler could do to Nightbringer. And on average, I could probably put at least enough damage that Nightbringer would only have like 5 or less wounds, and then the other defiler would just finish him off.
Did you have the new Nightbringer model?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
It was really sick.
I have not seen it in person. How is it?
It's yeah, it makes you want one just to have.
Just to have, yeah.
Yeah.
I figured
It's just a cool model. I mean, it's on par with like some of the demons, greater demons, and the demon primarchs. Just something you want to have, just to like It's a big model you just want to have, basically.
How does it compare size-wise to the Demon Primarchs?
I think it's because his size is up. I think it's about the same size, or maybe a little
Yeah,
bit
I mean,
bigger.
it's definitely
Taller.
thinner. It's taller, but
Oh, yeah.
thinner.
Yeah, because Magnus is like huge. With
Well,
his
yeah,
wings and
because
such, but
and
like
yeah, because he doesn't have the wings. I guess it'd
yeah.
be like Fulgrim without the wings.
Okay, that's a good description. Because I've seen Fulgrim in person.
Yeah, so not too bad. Um, Drukhari are always annoying because they're so cheap, so they have so many bodies. They can just flood the board, and you kill a bunch of them, and it's like you didn't kill anything at all. Um, Danny got to use the Red Terror.
That was fun as hell.
Yeah,
Does that have a new model, or are you using that old?
No, it's the
one?
new one.
no, it didn't model.
I got the new one. I paid way too much, for the stupid Kill Team box for it.
And he built it and painted it in like what 3 days?
Yeah, well, it's not fully painted, but it's got paint on it.
I mean, it's enough that you can. I mean, if you told me it was done, I'd believe you.
No.
It's close enough. Close enough
Close
for a double.
Close enough for tabletop ready, basically,
Yeah.
or battle ready, or whatever the fuck it's called. So that was our brief return to tournament play.
I like it. I applaud you too.
It was fine. It was fun.
It was fun. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Nice
It's
to
a lot
play.
more fun when you don't care.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Danny?
I said, yeah, especially, I think that's my first 40k game in a while, because I've been mostly playing AOS or Magic, so
Oh, okay.
it was fun. It was nice.
Like I mentioned, we BAO happened this past weekend. We had about 140 something players, which is about the average between that and 160 we normally have. I think we
Well,
pushed
you are
200.
confined by space there.
Sort of. Well, yeah, that particular space we confined. I think max was
Yeah.
maybe 160. So we had like 140 something or 150 something. No, it was 154, I believe.
Yeah.
It was 70.
So not like it's not like that's a
Yeah.
tiny
It's not like
thing.
you have. Yeah.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot. And that one was packed. That one there was actually a hard cap. There was that one year there was 200, but that was that year it was in the store. I think it was Game
Yeah.
Console, and we were
Right.
all
Oh,
packed
yeah.
like sardines
And it was hot.
Yeah.
with no
Sun
ventilation.
coming into that sunroof
Oh,
baking
that's
us.
the
in the-
best.
Yes. It was won by Gene Stealer Cult. So congratulations to Floof.
Yeah.
So he gets to go to Spain. Um,
Oh, that's right. Golden tickets in Spain, huh?
yeah. Israel Sanchez actually won Paragon.
Oh wow, nice.
Oh, nice. Good for
So no
him.
one's going to beat him for painting for the most part.
Not for painting, and then he played. He went 5-1
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
for the event. So he gets the golden ticket to Spain.
Still playing Tau.
Still playing Tau,
Consistency.
and so that's one way to put it.
There is something to be said for like guys who just play the one army will be consistently decent enough that when the army's a decent army, they'll do well.
Right.
Right.
And also, like, I applaud them for slugging it out in the doldrums of, of the time with that army.
Right.
I certainly don't do that, so.
Yeah. So I mean, we also had Kill Team, Legion. We had AOS. We had like 20 something players for AOS, but we had over 30 players for Old World.
Wow. That's a lot of old world.
Yeah. We had
Is
more Old
Sigmar
World.
dead?
Kind of. Not a lot of people like 4th edition.
Oh, that's too bad.
So I don't
Yeah.
know what they're going to do this summer to try to fix it, or they may just wait till the new edition comes out.
Yeah,
I mean,
because I still think the Sigmar models are the better models.
Oh
Honestly.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's not even a debate.
It'd be nice if they had a game system that went along with it.
I mean, I generally like Age of Sigmar, I mean, granted, I don't play at a high level, so it's more just like, kind of fucking around. But, I honestly do think something that's probably hurt, I think has a measurable impact on, at least the AOS here on the West Coast, is a lot of the Canadian dudes don't travel anymore because they don't travel to the US. So
Right.
they are big at, like, they would motivate people to go. Like, they were a cheer squad for sure. So losing them, I think, hurts a lot of events.
Yeah, but there's a downtick of numbers overall in terms of at least on the tournament scene
Right.
for AOS. So, and again, because competitive players make such a small percentage of the sales according to GW, I don't know if they're in a big hurry to like fix it.
Yeah, it's too bad. I mean, anecdotally, I know that here the LA area AOS league is a little struggling a little bit. It's not it's lost players, and even the people who are there, not everyone finishes their games all the time. Gets all 5 games. So, like, who knows? Yeah, I can't say I know AOS well enough to be like, this is the problems with it. But
In the store, at least, I think they're doing another Spearhead League instead of just playing AOS.
right.
But the people will schedule AOS games, so I'll just in random games as opposed to the league. So
it's not dead, but the competitive side seems to be floundering.
competitive side is so. I know the there's that what's it called? There's that retail ranking they do every quarter.
Right.
I forget what it's called, but AOS is number 3. It's 40K, BattleTech, and then AOS for sales.
BattleTech.
Yep,
Wow.
it's had a resurgence in the last couple years.
I'm calling fake news on that.
I'm trying to find out if I can find that top 10.
Mm.
But I think it was for the winter of 25. Oh, it's called
New edition. Oh, you're talking about the sales thing.
no, the top. Okay, the top. I found it. The website's ICV2. I don't know what it means. And they're the ones that list the track. They track those sales.
Yeah.
So from September to December of last year, it was Warhammer, BattleTech, Age of Sigmar, War Machine at number 4,
Nice, good for them.
and then the D&D miniatures, which is the I think it's the unpainted miniatures for D&D at number 5.
Okay,
Interesting.
that would make sense.
And then rounding out the top 10 is also D&D Icons of the Realms, which I think is their special like squad packs, more or less. Like you get like 5 or 6 models. Like here's the Critical Role characters, like that.
Right.
Number 7 is Star Wars Legion.
Okay.
Marvel MCP, Marvel Crisis Protocols, number 8. Number 9 is Dungeons and Lasers.
The hell is that?
That is basically D&D terrain, and it's made by Archon Studios, which are like people that are making the Trench Crusade and Warcraft miniature plastic miniatures.
Okay.
So, and then at number 10 is Hero Clicks.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's the top 10 from last quarter. So it'll be interesting what the second quarter will bring. The second quarter is the release of StarCraft. So we'll see how big it is. I know we got a bunch of pre-orders for the store for the StarCraft stuff, and I think I talked about the issues we were having last episode. But we can talk more store stuff later on. So that being said, So BAO was a lot of fun. Keith was with me, and then one of the locals, Jake Nelson, was helping out. So that was it was fun. Nothing big. We got a few questions, but nothing major. And yeah, it was very like even keel.
Do you feel like events that are sub 200 players are just like kind of easy to run now?
No, I think it's the end of the edition.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the same.
I know
It was
everything.
it was the same with even RMO was a lot easier and a lot not a lot of questions, things like that. Um, and then in about 2 weeks from now, wait, 2 weeks? Yeah, in about week and a half, I leave for ACO, which, if the rumors are true, which I'm pretty sure they are, will be the last tournament right before the new edition drops.
Right.
So, in that one, we have, I think, less than 100 players because it's the end of the edition, so it doesn't surprise me. So, well, on that side. On the other side, there's a 5-man team event, and we have, I think, at least 30 teams for that.
Oh, wow.
So those numbers. So a lot of them are playing the team event instead of the singles, and then we also have the ending of the edition.
Well, yeah, end of the edition. Just go have fun, right?
Yeah, kind of a last hurrah.
Yeah.
So should be good. Speaking of editions, we do have the new edition. Again, Games Workshop showed off 3 games on Monday, and they put another game on Warhammer TV. So if you got to see 4, there's a lot of takeaways from that. We're not going to go into every single one, but we'll probably talk about our highlights, and we'll start with Danny.
Oh, what, the highlights?
Well, anything that jumped out at you.
I mean, I still think it's really. I don't know how I feel yet about terrain being the objectives for the most part,
Okay.
right? It's just they're depending on the terrain, piece of terrain, which is usually ruins. That's a big objective, which I guess for me is good because with objectives that big, it gives melee armies, especially if you have like battle line melee troops that are OC2 or greater, it makes it a lot easier to snag objectives from your opponent, which I think is pretty cool. So, but then
Can
just
you
kind
claim
of,
2 objectives in this edition, Data?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Also, with the new
Can a single
coherency
unit
rules,
deny 2 objectives?
I mean, probably.
Interesting.
I mean, I think with the new coherency rules, it'd be hard. No, well, actually, no, not depending where the objectives are, because now a unit can only be at most 9 away from another model in its unit, so you're kind of like forced into a smaller footprint. You can't.
Yeah,
expand.
the farthest
So
your unit
I
can
forgot about that.
yeah,
I
the
forgot.
farthest your unit can expand, so to speak, is 9 inches total.
Okay.
And I think
yeah,
it's
I totally forgot about the anti-screen rule.
Yeah.
I also think it's within 9 inches, which gives you a little more wiggle
Yeah, it
room,
gives
but
you a
not
little
much.
wiggle room. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they said it's within. But yeah, that'll be kind of interesting.
Yeah, I forgot about that. What about the windows that they showed off? I think it was the bottom floor is fully blocked, but the windows on top you can see through.
Yeah,
Right.
so they're categorizing the terrain as exposed, light, and dense.
Right.
So when it's dense terrain, so exposed and light, you just can't end a move partway through a barricade or whatever. You can't. It's like you can't end in the middle of a wall, just like normal. That hasn't really changed, but it doesn't really do anything in terms of movement. The dense terrain, it's basically what the walls are currently. The only difference is, so for example, infantry, beasts, and swarms, and mobile, which I guess is a new keyword, can move through the dense terrain, no issues. And infantry, beasts, and swarms only can climb to the higher floor, so mobile cannot go up.
Mm-hmm.
Then all models can move through dense terrain less than 2 inches in height. Bigger ones need to be moved up and over and down again, just like it currently is. The other
I
thing
do.
is that yes, the windows are the first. It's like the first. I think we're back. I think they're adopting the first floor is line of sight blocking no matter what.
I like how they found. I just found an explanation from their site about this. I love how they found the most ridiculous wordy way ever to basically say what we had said years ago in ITC, which is you can't see through the bottom floor of buildings.
I think they go like you can't see
Dense
through
terrain
exposed
has the
areas.
solid rule, so line of sight cannot be drawn through such enclosed gaps that are 3 inches or less from the ground level. Like, bro, come on.
instead of saying first floor.
Yeah.
Instead of saying
all
first floor.
openings on the first floor are closed.
Well, so what that means and their example's not very good, to be honest,
No.
because I can't tell if you're looking at it right now, John. Do they mention the part that's like the gaping missing wall part?
They do not.
So everyone's going to ask, does this part block? Can you see through this?
Because it's not an enclosed gap. It says through such enclosed gaps.
Okay, because people are going to ask anyway, because people asked when we did.
But it's
first
not
floor.
enclosed because if you look at you're talking about the one with the stampa in it.
I'm not looking at it right now.
It's not a stampa. It's like a big. What are those big can things? Anyways, enclosed would mean that like the floor level would go over and then also connects down to the next level.
Like a window opening.
Yeah, it's not enclosed. So therefore,
right. People are still going to ask.
You know what? I'm not a judge anymore, so I'm going to say this. People are fucking stupid. You guys who argue this shit are fucking stupid. And when you ask these questions, I got to tell you, not only is the judge you call your table judging you, your opponent is judging you. And everyone within earshot of your table is judging you for your stupidity. So you should stop. Thank you. Brando.
Thank you. Well, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. So yeah, that's what the
Well, going back to what Danny was talking about objectives, Danny, you were saying you're not sure how you feel about that.
Yeah, it's just they're just so large, right? Which I guess it's just because it's different, and different is scary and bad. But I do think, when I think about it from a game theory point of view, because it's easier to get to basically get to where you need to go to mess with your opponent, or it creates more conflict because it's like if you're hiding behind in a ruin and you're like, oh, okay, cool, I'm controlling this objective, that's still makes you. If someone comes and starts contesting it, even if they're not in combat with you, it forces you to make the decision of like, do I try, do I go fight that unit? Like, do I back off? Like, what am I going to do? So it's just, I think it creates a larger zone of conflict, which is good because that keeps the game from being the I hide behind Nova L's for most of it, and then do whatever tricks I can do from there. So I think I just need to play with it a couple of times, and I'll probably have a better opinion about it.
Yeah, I don't mind the new terrain as objectives because that seems more in theme with the setting,
right?
As opposed to standing. As opposed to like War Machine where you stand in circles in the middle of the field.
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
It does seem to be a more thematic way of doing it, which is kind of nice, as opposed to the circles that are kind of like all over the place. Because it's always like, what is my objective actually doing out in the open here between these two buildings?
Right.
And it also makes it easier for Games Workshop to make like Crusade type missions without having to create new special objectives. So, for whatever custom missions they create for Crusade or narrative, whatever they want to call it.
Right.
Because Crusade's not a thing anymore. John, anything else stick out for you?
Let's see. I was, I mean, I was definitely a little more interested in seeing how uh, the changes to the fight phase would go, and I didn't really catch that. Maybe it was in one I didn't watch. Did you guys catch that one? If there was the changes to the fight and charge, and how the coherency is different now.
So the way the sequence works is you I think you roll the dice first to see how far you can charge,
Mm-hmm.
and then you declare what you can charge depending what you can reach with
Right.
that roll,
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but you still have to
and
get
you have
a
to get
model.
it base to base contact.
Yeah.
But then after that,
Say that again.
Yes. You still have to get a model.
but then after that, it's within two.
Yeah.
Okay.
Engagement
Yes.
range within two, but I think in the charge rules they said that if you can get into base to base, if a model in your unit that's charging can get in base to base with a charge target, they have to. So, like, it's. I think they're trying to force you. They're trying to take some of the combat movement shenanigans away. About like, okay, I'm going to kind of orbit, and do this because that's better positioning. Blah blah blah. It's like, no, you need to try and maximize who's actually in the scrum.
Yeah, that's why they changed the deep strike to 8 inches instead of 9. Because for the charge to succeed, you have to roll enough to get into base to base.
Right.
So at least one model has to be will have to end up in base to base with whatever they're charging, instead of making just the 1 inch.
Did any of the
If that makes sense to you.
did any of these games cover the hidden rule at all? Because hidden is a brand new thing, right?
So, but once that one model makes it in base, huh?
Oh, my network's it's lagging behind. Sorry, keep going.
Oh, yeah. So, so once you have that one model making it to base, then I think you can almost put them where they want. But I think it's like before, where if you have the distance to go base to base, you have to.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting the way that now everyone piles in at the same time, so it's a little bit harder to kill yourself out of combat.
Yeah, so you do all the pile in all at once and the consolidate all at once.
I mean that's kind of better, I think.
Yeah, so I'm just double checking now. Oh yeah, so here resolve fight. So players resolve. I'm just going off of what was shown in the battle report. Players resolve following sequence. Resolve fight first, then resolving remaining combats. And then you just alternate selecting friendly fight first, eligible select the fight, and resolve remaining combats. Yeah, but you do everything at once. I think that's how like I said, I think we talked about how it used to be like that in earlier editions for the combat. So I think for me, there's a few things that stood out. One of them was can't remember now. Well, one is the fast dice rolling, and they explained how the fast dice rolling works. If you have like a captain or something with a unit, with a bodyguard unit. So when you roll the dice, you assign who's going to tank it first, and then you assign the lowest rolled die to that model. If that makes sense.
No, I'm not following. What's the significance of that?
Uh, so what happens is, let's say I have what has mixed units? What is it? Oh shit, what is it? Space Wolves with Hearthguard, and you could put them in the. Oh, you could put a battle leader with the Grey Hunters. So you have a guy in Terminator
Yeah.
armor with a guy in Power armor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what happens is, let's see, so if I want the Terminator to tank, so instead of assigning the higher rolled ones, you have to go with the lowest rolled ones first, which, depending on the situation, could be bad. Now that I think about it.
Mm-hmm.
So if I rolled a 1, I can't assign it to just a regular guy. I have to put it on the one who I said I was going to put it on first, which might be the Terminator armor, because I figure I'm not going to roll a 1. So you roll
Oh,
your
I,
5
I
dice
guess
or
I get it.
whatever.
Yeah, okay. I can see that.
Yeah. So on the reverse, you could say, if you want to keep them alive, you would say, okay, well, all the shots are going onto my Grey Hunters, and then it will go on the battle leader in Terminator armor. So then you waste, let's say you roll 4 or 5 ones, those all go on the regular guys instead of going on your leader in Terminator armor and him getting sniped because you chose him first.
Yeah. Okay.
But I guess that's their solution for fast rolling and either different toughnesses or different armor saves or different ballistic skills, things like that. No, ballistic skills might depend on weapon.
Did any of the battle reports? Because I only really had time to skim through one. Did any of them cover plunging fire and hidden at all?
I don't remember seeing anything about plunging fire. They did talk a little bit about hidden. So with hidden, you don't have to be wholly within the terrain,
Yeah.
but the whole unit has to be there.
Okay.
So
Oh, okay.
so it's easier for a 1 model unit to hide than a 5-man squad or 10-man squad.
Which does make sense.
Yeah, I mean that's logical.
So that's what I remember from.
I think it was on Bella Lost Souls. I think Goat Boy dug out the 6th edition Night Fight rules to do a comparison to Hidden.
Oh, that's right.
I found that interesting. I was like, man, you're reaching way back into the tank for that one.
Well, he's also showing how long he's been playing, just like when we
Yes.
reference, like, oh yeah, they did this in 3rd edition.
Mm-hmm.
Getting
Or
a
they
little
did it
long
in
in the
2nd.
tooth there, my friend.
Don't act like you're brand new.
Yeah, right.
I'm probably not.
Wearing
I think I'm older than he is.
wearing your baseball cap backwards with your skateboard.
Yes.
How you doing, fellow children?
How you doing, fellow 40K childrens?
Um,
I'm going to take that
Indirect fire.
seminar and speak to Gen Z kids.
Indirect fire is a bit more. I don't want to say logical, but it seems more in theme with how it should work. So if you can't see the model, and if no one from your army can see the model, you hit on 6s.
Mm.
If you have someone from your army that can draw a line of sight to the model, you hit on 4s. And then if you have direct sight yourself, then it's direct fire. You just hit on your normal ballistic skill.
Wait. Did you say if somebody in the army can see it, you hit on?
Yeah, in your army.
It doesn't have to be like a model that has the spotting rule or some nonsense like that.
I don't believe so. It just has to be a model from your army.
That's cool. What is the one thing the two of you are most excited about with the new edition, having watched the battle reports and the new rules?
I'm excited that players have to set up the terrain.
Nice. I mean, to be clear, it is still like a set pattern they have to follow.
Yes,
but they're responsible for it.
But I figure after a while, especially if you're playing a medalist, if you know you're going into a certain army with a certain detachment, then you already know what the setup's going to be or what your missions are. So I feel as people get more experience, then it'll become more natural for them to set up tables.
Danny?
I'm trying to think of what I'm most excited about. In terms of
I mean, it could be you're most excited about something army specific too. I don't know.
I mean, I do like. I think as I've come to see more, I think I do like the army construction of being able to really, as someone who loves to build like bullshit SKU lists, I like kind of being able to be rewarded for that. Since the detachments really only focus on a few things, like a few units, of just being like, cool, most pretty 80-90% of my army is these same 5 data slates. But I get a bonus for them because they all get us something unique or bonusy because I'm choosing to build that way. I do think that's interesting and opens up list design a bit without it, where you're not quite as penalized for kind of just trying to be silly. I'm always for the silliness, increase the silliness. So I'm actually kind of excited to play with that and see that once I can. Like rules-wise, it feels very much still just like 10th edition with some tweaks.
Yeah, I think that a lot of the big changes are too, like the mission design overall, the list building design overall, whereas the rules themselves seem relatively similar with tweaks. I'm actually pretty excited to play a game where the terrain are the objectives. I liked that idea way back when we tried to do King of the Hill and we were like, hey, let's put like terrain in the center of the board, make it King of the Hill,
Right.
So I kind of always like that idea. I think that'll be fun to play games where the terrain is actually involved, not in just terms of like, hey, can I hide my stuff here? But like, I'm going to hide my stuff here and you have to try to come get it.
Right.
I think something else might be basically how Overwatch works. Although that could probably bite me in the ass in the end too. So the way it works in 11th will be you declare Overwatch after all movement is done, not just one unit. But more importantly, you can fire for the way it seems right now, until we're told otherwise, is that you can fire Overwatch against units that haven't even moved.
Okay, wait. So all the movement's done. Then you choose to fire what you're going to fire Overwatch at. Got it. So like it's not an individual basis, but you could fire Overwatch something that didn't move.
Correct.
That seems odd.
I get. I mean, if someone's just going to sit out in the middle of the field, and they're going to do the whole cockroach thing when you turn on the lights, it just kind of freeze. I mean, we know that doesn't work, so I mean, why not shoot at them?
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that. I'll have to see how it goes.
Well, you're just saying that because you play Knights and
for me and against me before I decide if I like it or not.
Yeah, well, you're playing Knights, so you don't get that option anyway.
Or Necrons, or Eldari. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see how much thinking I want to do.
Okay, so again, you're playing Knights.
I mean, probably.
So yeah, the other stuff is like hazardous. You now get to pick the model that dies instead of just the plasma gun dying. They're bringing back tow in for cover. For tow in to shoot.
So like the plasma gun overheats and it kills the guy next to him instead?
Yes. It's like you shot him in the back by accident or something.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah. Now they're basically bringing back. You just need to be tow in to shoot out of cover. What else? I think that's all. I mean, there's a bunch of other stuff, but I think that's really whatever stood out for me. Anything else from you, Danny?
And then they talk about flaw, or no, it was a command reroll. I thought one of them talked about this of that when you're using it to do a charge move instead of having to re-roll both dice.
Yeah.
You can choose to re-roll just one. That's like the old orc rule. That's sweet because
That's huge.
Yeah, because
I
it's
love
like,
that.
oh man, I rolled a 7, I rolled a 6 and a 1, and you're like, oh, just gonna re-roll that one.
I don't know if that's still. I have to look at the.
I thought they said something like that, but I might have been mistaken. Maybe it was another rule because I was kind of like going in and out of other stuff.
Well, luckily for you, Danny, the crushing impact is now one of the core stratagems.
Yep, and it's for monsters. Although you can hurt yourself, which is kind of funny.
Oh,
But,
that's why.
I do love that monsters get tank shock. That's that's important to me personally.
Excuse me, it's crushing impact.
Okay, okay. All right. You keep saying that. Are you being in this hot take from on X as well? And
Ooh. What we doing next?
you log into Meta.
I'm just telling you what the name is.
Look, I get all of my information from Grok. Thank you. I will be playing Warhammer 40k 11th edition using only rules as quoted to me by Grok.
God, I'm sure that's happened.
I'm not sure. Hey, disembarking. In the Scary cast, I think they played it. I saw this as a rumor on Reddit, so I don't know if this is true. If you disembarked, you have to be as close to the model's hull as possible.
Yes.
So they did. That is true. That's not like
That yes. And then if the vehicle explodes, you do that before rolling for deadly demise.
So what about if the model that's a transport has base? It still says hull, but if the hull is in the sky because it's a night scythe, or it's
you might have to go use the base then.
Okay, that'll be interesting. I gotta look that one up when we
Yeah.
get the actual rules for sure.
Because then you also get the double hit of getting hit with deadly demise apparently.
Right.
Oh.
Huh. Okay. Interesting.
And Danny, sorry to burst your bubble. You have to roll both dice.
What? You do? Oh, I thought it said something.
Oh, fake news.
It says if you re-roll that roll, if you are rolling more than one dice together, select one of those dice to re-roll, excluding charge rolls, which you must re-roll in full.
Oh, boo. Boo.
I mean, I remember when that was a thing.
Yeah, I mean, again, like it's just better for melee armies, and I would just like a actually more melee focused edition. That's all.
I think with the option to choose where you go after the roll, mitigates the bad roll. Not totally, but makes it more palatable. I think if you roll too short, but there's something else close by.
Right.
But again, if you roll too short, then you're kind of assed out.
Yeah, but I think it's a good thing in general to just roll and be like, okay, not what I wanted, but I can still get somewhere, so at least I'm doing something, and not just like, cool, I sit here and die now, doing nothing.
Right.
What about the pivot thing? Is that true? There's no more
pivot. It's you turn on the central axis.
Right, and so you can gain movement.
Not if you measure from the center axis.
Yeah, but you gain movement for everything else. That's not measured with center axis like disembarkation.
I have to find the example they gave because they show that picture of the Sisters of Battle Rhino because they choose the most square thing in the game.
It's a rectangle.
Whatever.
It's not a full square.
It's not an equilateral square. So in here,
dude, squares are all equilateral. It's literally the definition of what a square is: 4 equal sides.
So the model can move maximum of distance 12. And what's funny is that it says it moves in a series of straight lines, as opposed to how people curve their tape measure.
Yeah.
So now
that's because they don't like that new company that put out the ruler that bends.
Oh yeah.
So they have to break those people's bottom line because they didn't think of it first. So now they got to make sure. Oh no, somebody made the bendy tape measure to help our players play. So let's make sure you have to move in straight lines.
Yeah, I doubt that since this thing was made way before that thing came out.
Stop ruining my narrative.
Models without a base are rotated around their central axis. If it moves in a series of straight lines and rotations as follows: move 6 inches in a straight line, rotate. What's funny is in the example, it almost looks like they did what you were talking about, John,
Yeah.
because the sister's rhino is pivots after it moves a straight
Yes.
line. It does its pivot,
Yes.
but I don't. But the way they make it looks like it doesn't go. It doesn't gain any extra.
Yeah, because they moved it forward. They moved it the entire time. With yeah, if it was a different model, it would gain distance. Like if it's a Raider, a Dark Eldar Raider.
No, because you're pivoting on the central.
Yeah, but if I move my thing sideways, 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 pivot, I gain distance. If it was literally as simple as, oh, just have a measure around the center, nobody will ever get, they would have done this editions ago.
Yeah, I think the answer to this is to measure from the center, but they don't do that. They're measuring from like the top left corner of the rhino.
Yeah. I still don't think measuring from the center solves it, but yes. Anyways, I think you get free movement from pivoting, so have fun, Dark Eldar players.
And I guess wave serpents are back.
Yeah. Land Raiders are long-ish.
Land Raider. I think I'll bring a Spartan. Spartan as my Land Raider.
I'm going to proxy this super long box.
I'm gonna proxy this Land Raider S thing that's actually 2 Spartans taped together.
Yes.
We talked about the solid rule. I don't think there's anything else.
Okay, this comment on the Reddit thread for the French leak is hilarious. It says, someone get the French engineer to translate. It says, never. We'd rather surrender than be here. Baguette, baguette, omelette, du fromage.
Oh my god.
And then somebody responds with a whole bunch of French.
I think we'll talk about the we can talk about the missions and stuff another time because that's a whole nother.
Yeah.
I think I have to play it to wrap my head around it or to
Yeah, I
see
don't
it
like
in
commenting
action.
on missions I haven't played. That's weird.
Yeah, they did mention that the for the orcs the Death Dread detachment is only 2 detachment points, and the Gladius Strike Force detachment is actually 3 detachment points. So if the orc player wanted to, he could have taken like a 1-point detachment, while the Space Marine player couldn't take any other ones because that one's worth 3 points.
Does the Gladius still go back to being like 7th edition where you get all your transports for free?
No. Oh my god.
That's too bad. That was amazing.
Can you
The
imagine?
best time of my life. 500 points of free transports from my list.
Yeah, so like they look at they previewed the mission deck earlier today, around Thursday. So, and part of that is like they showed off one of the cards like Purge the Foe, and it tells you what missions is like. For example, I guess we're going to go into it a little bit, at least this part. So, if your force disposition is Purge the Foe, if you're playing another Purge the Foe, it looks like you're playing the mission Meat Grinder. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's 5. So you get 5 missions. You get 5 choices. Yeah, so I think once people figure out what they're playing against, and they automatically know what the mission is.
Mm-hmm.
And once I think TOs are going to put down what layouts they can use or what layout set, then I think once people get used to that, and play this posted because they'll know before when the lists go up. What are you doing, John? Or is that you, Danny?
That's me. Sorry, the cat's being a dick.
Then you'll find out what the mission is, and that'll give you what the layouts. I think the layout's not going to be a big issue. I think it'll only be an issue in the last game of each day, because usually you only have a half hour between each round. But we have to wait till the rubber hits the road for that.
I cut out.
I don't think there's anything else. Yeah, I think we have to do the missions themselves at another time because there's a lot.
Yeah, I'd rather also just, I don't know. That feels like something I'd rather have them in my hands, or at least have clear scans to look off of.
You don't speak French or read it?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I can chat GPT it, but I don't trust. I don't trust.
I would not trust that translation.
Yeah. So that's at least what jumped out at us out of those battle reports. In regards to the store itself, seems to be doing okay. I think there's a little lull in the 40K side in terms of sales, but that's kind of like the calm before the storm.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not too worried about it.
They had a pretty baller sale for Memorial Day.
Yes, which I was totally against, but I was outvoted.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely bought some stuff just because I'm like, wow, this is a pretty good price.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it was like 30% off.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you were a knight, it was on top of that, which was already like 30% or something like that,
20%.
or 20 something. I don't know. But it's whatever. I know for the knights, we got a few of their sigils to put on the wall.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
So I don't know if Danny, if you turned yours in.
Nope. Just put the TFG symbol up.
So yeah, so we're just waiting on that. Like I mentioned with before, StarCraft has some. We have a bunch of pre-orders for that, or people pre-ordering for that. It's just a question of when.
Right.
That's part of the problem, though. Trench Crusade seems to be picking up. We're seeing a lot of people talking about that. We've had some interest in Conquest.
Really?
Yeah, someone wants to run or wants to start generating a community. So if we start getting people playing and interested, then we'll carry the line. But right now we don't carry it. But if someone, like I said, if we get enough people that want the models,
right,
we can start stocking it. But that's just starting off. So I still have my city states that I need to put together. We sold a bunch of Legion stuff recently, so I don't know if Legion might start taking off. I know MCP's taken off, so every Thursday is MCP night. Blackout has taken off. So yeah, and then 40K. Once they announce the pre-orders for the edition, which is this coming Sunday, if you go by the hints that GW has put out, I'll probably announce the classes that we're going to do for learning the new edition, and then about a couple weeks after that, we'll probably have the like a small 1,000 point tournament or something,
right,
to play and see how that goes with all the new players.
Yeah, that's always a fun way to do things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but I think that's it. I'm leaving for ACO in about a week and a half from now.
Mm-hmm.
So I get to spend time in Atlantic City,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah,
then
it's gonna be
after that's
fun.
LSO. So hopefully, that one hopefully will get a bump with the when the new edition comes out, and same with LVO.
Yeah, I
So
imagine LVO would be pretty. I would like to think that'd be pretty busy, just because it's a the edition will still be pretty new, so a lot of people will hopefully be excited to be playing in such big tournaments. So it'd be nice to.
yeah, I'm hoping we get at least one balance update before that, so that it's not too crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. Um, I
No,
know.
no update. Wild Wild West.
What
No
if
big
Knights
no
suck?
home Wild West.
Um, I know that. I know for our ticket sales are above what it was last year, so we have more than 500. But I think it's still sub 1,000. So, and I don't know what the final numbers are going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it could be sub 1,000, or it could be like 1,500 players. I don't. We don't know yet.
All right.
So we'll see. We'll see. So far, I like what I see out of the new edition. I don't know what you guys think.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's very much just feels like a reworking of 10th. Just with the missions and the kind of army building being changed the most, but that's fine. I mean, it's not like I dislike 10th, so I think it works.
John, your overall thoughts so far?
I'm I'm uncharacteristically optimistic.
That's weird.
What?
That makes me uncomfortable.
That's unsettling.
Yeah,
Which means we might be in for a whole load of trouble.
yeah.
But I mean, I like what I've seen. I didn't get to play a whole lot of 10th, and I like 10th, and this doesn't seem like it's a gigantic departure.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I kind of like the idea of the terrain being objectives. Um, I like the idea of more restricted movement in
Yeah.
terms of like how far your guys can move out, how close they have to be to transports. Um, yeah, so I'm also a big fan of the roll to see how far you get to go first before charging.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And
That seems fun. That seems
we
good.
even talked about fly.
Oh, right.
No, and some of the changes to fly sound good too. So like, I'm uncharacteristically optimistic, not cautiously optimistic, uncharacteristically.
So, yeah, so we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I think that's all for today. John, any words of wisdom especially about the new edition change?
Yeah, embrace your optimism.
Very good, Danny.
Play games, be nice to each other.
Very good. Very consistent.
Yeah, I'm just too lazy to think of anything else.
There we go. All right. Well, thank you everybody for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe, all that good stuff. If you're in the Pasadena area, don't forget to visit the store over in Old Town Pasadena, 42 East Colorado Boulevard. We're across the way. We're on the next block over from Cheesecake Factory. As Danny likes to point out, we're a couple storefronts away from the Hustler Hollywood. And yeah, come by, say hi. I might be there. I'm usually there Mondays and Tuesdays for a little while. I'll be there for a lot while once the new edition drops.
Mm-hmm.
So again, people are already asking me about it. But yeah, once again, like and subscribe. I'll see everybody at ACO. Our next episode will probably be after ACO. So good night and have a pleasant tomorrow.
Laters.
See ya.